Some suburbs and villages in Mahikeng have been without electricity for more than 8 days now after Mimosa electricity substation caught fire last Friday. Large parts of Mahikeng, including the CBD, are still without power. The power utility says it's still investigating the cause of that fire but can't rule out the possibility of vandalism. Our reporter Refiloe Seboko joins us for more on the story. Refiloe, you've been speaking to the community in one part of Mahikeng, describing the nightmare of being without power and how it impacted their daily lives.
I have indeed been communicating with residents here in Mahikeng, describing, like what you rightfully say, the nightmare that they are faced with, or they have been faced with in the past 8 years in the middle of load shedding that we are experiencing as a country. But some are also explaining the trauma that they experienced when this power Mimosa substation exploded on that Friday evening. One of them is Mahikeng Moahi, who is a resident just closer to this Mimosa substation. Mr. Moahi, thank you so much and welcome to Newzroom Afrika. You were explaining to me the trauma that your family and everybody around here had experienced on Friday when this substation exploded.
Yes, I'm one of the residents, a long-time residents here around here. On the day of the incident on Friday evening, the station exploded. It traumatized us as residents. And more difficult for us, we really don't get to have people from Eskom who can explain to us what exactly happened on that night. That's number one. Number two, nobody's updating us of how long will this maintenance or upgrade will take. We go for days and days. Now we are on the 8th day today. We're still just waiting for the whole project to be finished. We want a kind of information that will assist us to know that there is hope. We're still shivering. On that day when this thing exploded, we experienced a trauma because this was happening for the first time in this area. We know maintenances and other things are slow here, but that day was more serious to us because we really don't know what's next.
Let's talk about how this has affected you guys, not having electricity for 8 days, and how much of an inconvenience, the kind of damage that you as a resident have experienced.
We are affected, heavily affected, because we don't have electricity in our houses. We have lost lots of food in the house. We always going out to throw everything. We just in a desperate mood to be assisted, mostly with the maintenance and the finishing of the project. We don't know. We can't wash, we can't eat, we can't do anything. There are lots of break-ins in the house because it's dark. We are afraid of being attacked. We don't know what's going on.
You were telling me that you've been in this area for years, and you also believe that had there been maintenance in the previous years, you believe that this would have been avoided. Tell us more about what you have seen happening in this Mimosa substation.
As I said earlier on, I stayed here from as far back then as 1978. I was a student then. I witnessed the building of this station as a young boy and a student then. That was during the time of the starting of the Botswana government. They formulated a corporation called BICO, which was Botswana Corporation, Electrical Corporation, that was maintaining these stations then. There was no crisis then. The whole station was, we would forever see people coming to visit the station to look at how is it performing. But now of late, nobody's maintaining it. It's long. It has outlived its lifespan. And unfortunately, nobody's coming to check what is going on. We just relying on, we just waiting for an accident to happen, if I am to say. Because we know we might not be technicians, but the nature of this station is very suggestive to us that there is a need for maintenance. There is a need for regular check. There is a need for upgrades. Those kind of things need to happen here. We can't just stay with the stations that is never visited. We always hear that something has been stolen. We always getting traumatized by sudden cut of electricity here. And lots of things. And this station is too close to our houses. We're always afraid. We're relying on Eskom to allay fears, to help us to understand what is going on.
And now that we are seeing, Mr. Moakhe, that officials are here, though some residents are saying that in the past, previous 8 days, they've been coming here, but there seems to be no, the latest in terms of progress of restoring electricity here. Are you having hope that 8 days later, something will come up?
We are desperate. We don't get information. The thing that we cried for when this happened was that somebody must come and allay fears, come and tell us what is going on. We residents here, we don't know what happened. That's number one. Number two, we don't get anybody who would normally come and say, where are we as Eskom in terms of the upgrade that is going on. We sympathize with Eskom, but Eskom is doing less, if not nothing, to keep us informed of what is going on. We see lots of people from all over South Africa. They are here. You can look by the cars here. Others are from Limpopo, others are from Bloemfontein. We are told cables are still in Bloemfontein. Those are kind of stories we get here. We don't know what to believe.
Mr. Moakhe, thank you so much for your time.
Mr.
Moakhe, he is the resident from just the neighbor houses here, Michelle. You can tell, explaining their frustration, and also just what they want is for Eskom in the Northwest Province to come and give them some answers as to what exactly happened. How long is it going to take for electricity to be restored so that they can have food, they can have electricity, they can be able to take a bath with hot water. Those are some of the challenges that they are faced with, like also businesses who are affected by what happened here. We are seeing officials are here on site in this Mimosa substation. Will get answers to say when exactly will electricity be restored and life gets back to normal for residents of Mahikeng.